giving victims more of a choice and letting them choose what's their priority is hopefully going to make them more healthy. So.
Rosie is a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, and she's meeting with Maggie Parks from the Rassack Women's Rape and Sexual Abuse Centre in Cornwall, the organisation which has given her immense support and long-term help.
When I experienced what I went through and sort of with the realisation of what had happened to me, I was just absolutely shell-shocked in the way of, with the realisation that what had happened to me was so wrong. And at that time I was almost slightly incapacitated from actually being able to sometimes make the decisions for myself about what would be right for me at that time.
Support organisations like Rassack are at the heart of a radical overhaul of victim services, which are now the responsibility of police and crime commissioners. In Devon and Cornwall, Tony Hogg is taking an innovative approach. Instead of continuing with a single provider, he's developed a network of support organisations and worked closely with the Chief Constable to create a police victim care unit.
We've given up the idea of a single provider for all victims' needs. We've broadened it away from simply crime-based victims' needs. We have very specifically engaged the voluntary community service in our solution for victims.
It didn't actually occur to me at that time that I actually had a choice in the service that I could use, or that there was any other service that was available to me at that time. And I just very much felt like that it was very much focused on what had happened to me and that kind of thing. It wasn't really dealing with the effects of what has happened, which is what I think that the Victim Hub is going to be able to do, is to deal with the effects. So in some ways it's stopping the crime from being the focus of people's support and actually putting the needs of the victim first.
Hi, it's Natasha calling from the Victim Care Unit in Exeter. Hi, I understand you went through a bad time last night.
The Police Victim Care Unit will provide victims with immediate support and referral to organisations that can offer direct help. An experienced team will bring together a variety of skills, including several victim care advocates.
I am excited because it is a brand new venture and it's the right thing to do and it feels right, and for once we're continuing the work of the officers on the street. I don't know a single officer that hasn't been to a victim of crime and had to walk away thinking that they wish they could have done more, and now we can carry that on for them.
We've now got a victim care unit who will be able to signpost victims to over 65 different providers across the force area. So it really allows us to tailor the service that we provide to the needs of any given victim, and that is really a fundamental change in the way that we've the services and the way that we've dealt with victims previously.
So as somebody who has their bicycle stolen out of the back of their shed and can no longer get to work, we can now deal with helping them cope and recover from that and look at the options and support that we can give them, and that's why I think it's really exciting, just the opportunity to help so many more people than we were doing previously.
Good morning, North Devon Against Domestic Abuse. How can I help you?
Victims who don't want to report a crime to police can still use the new Victims Directory website and access the support organisations they need directly.
We do see it as a very, very positive move in the right direction, almost one-stop shop for victims where they can speak to somebody who is qualified and knowledgeable about the services that are out there and direct them to get a quicker response and support from agencies that they might need.
It's been the first time actually that victim-centred organisations have been closely consulted over quite a long period, and been involved, and victims themselves have been involved in the consultation on how the victim care unit is actually going to work, and we've been really pleased that the Office of the Police Crime Commissioner has actually moved this initiative forward.
This is about putting the victims first and giving them a more personalised service to meet their specific needs. It's a major change and one that is likely to make a big impact.
When I heard about the Victim Hub, it actually made me smile, because I just think to be able to put almost the power back into the victims' lives that they've possibly had taken away from them through whatever's happened to them, is such a magnificent step into recovery, and I feel if it happens sooner in their journey rather than later, that what we will end up with is people being supported a lot more efficiently